Hey guys, it's Roz, and to start off with the portfolio for the week 5, I've compiled everything that we've done the past 5 weeks. I've combined our letter of introduction. I've combined our letter that we made for our action plan and our discipline rules and procedures. I've combined the rewards aspect. All of that so far is in mine. And through the past 5 weeks, I've been doing 5th grade. So everything that I have so far is pretty much for a 4th to 5th grade classroom. I actually have an interview on Monday with the kindergarten for a kindergarten position. So I'm in the process of transferring everything over to kindergarten, which is not as easy as I thought it would be. But nevertheless, it'll get done. So I'm super excited about all of this. I didn't realize that how much really went into a portfolio, especially a teaching one, putting in lesson plans, action plans, letter of introductions, just everything can go into this. Letter of recommendations, resumes, videos of lessons that you've done, which unfortunately, since we are online, we don't get to do that. So there are a few aspects that I'm kind of sad that I don't have to include, but no big deal. The benefits of having this is just to go in there and show them what my personal style is. I have all of these good ideas that are creative and exciting, and I get to go in there and I get to show them what they are and tell them about it. And I'm excited to do that because, as you know, when we apply online, they don't get to meet us, and that's really hard to do, to even get an interview, especially when you don't know people. But so I'll go in there and I'll have all of this stuff lined up somehow. The thing that I am going to add, that I've kind of looked at a few online, will be a table of contents, because you don't know what questions they're going to ask. So taking all of this that I have, here's a welcome letter of intro that I've made, and I'll change some of the wording in it to make it more appropriate for a kindergarten class. But having a table of contents that I can put in there, lesson plans, action plans, discipline plans, procedures, bathroom procedures, turning in work procedures. Of course, all of this needs to be laminated. But pictures of this would also go well, instead of actually including these. Just the ideas. And what I've done is I've just kind of wrote them in on here. So if I were to be asked in an interview, what rules and procedures would you have for this classroom, I can just flip to this page and briefly read it and tell them. For my 5th grade portfolio, I have my 5 procedures were turning in and collecting work, asking questions, use of a pencil sharpener, before school activities, what their schedule is before we start the bell when they get into the classroom, and then use of the bathroom, which all 5 of those are completely age appropriate for 4th, 5th, 6th graders. And that's things that they are constantly messing up. They're just active in the morning. They need that procedure done, so they know. Come in, sharpen your pencil, sit at your desk, open your folder, turn in your homework, and start on the whatever I have on the board for the day. Your DOL for a language class, or maybe a sample math question for a math science class. Whatever it is, I'll have down. I also have a parent-teacher conference record that we made. I think it was in week 3. We had to go through and I put it with my class discipline plan for the portfolio, and I did it as of, if we needed to have a parent-teacher conference with the students' parents, we need to have record of that as a teacher. So I've made my paper, I have it saved, and I thought that was pretty cool, because as a new teacher, this is little stuff that you don't think of. And I'm excited that this class has given me the opportunity to think of things like discipline plans and action plans and stuff that we don't think about because we're too excited and antsy and whatever it may be. It's just exciting that they're going through that and letting us know, hey, prepare, because they're going to ask you about it. Other things that I would add were quizzes. I found that quizzes would be a good idea to add into your portfolio for reference on maybe how would you assess something, and not only quizzes, just simple assessments, and I think it would probably be best if your assessments went with the lesson plans that you have in there. Obviously, that's all tied into one as a lesson plan, but it would be good to have it separate just so you can have it on hand and easy to flip to. Another thing would be, I saw thematic units. I made thematic units in previous classes. I know I made one in the methods of language arts and science, methods language arts, and then methods of science and math. I made thematic units in both of those classes that I took in April, and they're pretty extensive thematic units. That's all we did for the full 5 weeks. So adding that in there might not be a bad idea. I saw that it's a pretty good thing. Wouldn't hurt for me to print it off just to have it in there. They may ask, they may not. But I feel it's better to be prepared than not be prepared. I'm excited to see y'all's videos and presentation. I feel like the video would have been a little bit easier than putting this all into a PowerPoint. But PowerPoint would probably be better for perspective principles to look at. Whatever the case is, I hope maybe some of y'all have some ideas for the younger grades, since maybe I can steal a few and take them and put them into my portfolio, and look forward to seeing them.